lesson from the day in the past. It's gonna be a blast. Jonny and Harmon are the Main Event Podcast.
Hey, buddy, what's going on? How are you?
What's up, Johnny?
Not much, man. We got a fun episode tonight, a little fantasy week going on tonight, having to do with some spooky zombies. It's it's October, so from here on out,
is it like only the ECW zombie or
no, not so much. Not like the ECW zombie. Remember that shit show? What was that? What was that? Oh my god. No, just the rest of the month we're gonna do some spooky, scary stuff every week. And tonight is we're picking 5 WWE superstars, past or present, that we would want to survive a zombie apocalypse with. Who do you think would survive? Be a good fit for the group? I don't know. Stuff like that. I think it's fun. I like thinking about scenarios like that. So we're going to talk. We're going to discuss. We've got some listener picks that we'll read off. What do you think about that? What do you think about this topic of discussion?
I like it. And I did research and wrote stuff down this time.
Good for you. Nice. Hey, real quick question. What's your favorite zombie movie?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, good pick. That movie's great.
I think it's just so funny.
It is funny. It's funny, but it's like scary too at the same time, but it's like so funny. Really funny. The beginning of that movie cracks me up. Like before the zombies, where it's just like people that are just kind of like zombies, just like they haven't quite turned, but they're just so just in their own place, and he's just like going through the whole thing, and then he like doesn't like notice it like later on once people are zombies, because it's just like the same old bullshit. Pretty funny. Mine is 28 Days Later. That was I love that movie.
Also very good.
Yeah, I love that movie. It was like the first time I saw zombies that were like really fast and like really scary, because like a lot of like those old like zombie movies, like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, like it's just like, I don't know, they never really spooked me that much, just because I felt like I could just run faster than them and get away, but man, 28 Days Later, the zombies are so fast.
Yeah,
crazy.
You didn't want to be a fatty like in Zombie World. Rule number 1, cardio.
Right? Yeah, man. Zombieland, right?
Yeah, Zombieland.
Yeah, God, that's a good flick too, man. Really good. That's a movie I haven't seen enough. Like I've seen it a couple times, but I should watch that again. Good stuff. Let's see. Before we really start off, let's just do the plugs. Let's get the plugs out of the way. You guys can find us on Podbean and on iTunes. We're on Twitter at Main Event Pod. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Main Event Pod. We are on Instagram at Main Event Pod. And we have a Teespring store if you guys are into getting some shirts, hoodies, t-shirts, right? What's the latest on the Teespring, Harmon? Anything good going on?
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
Haven't touched it. Same old Teespring. So we'll eventually get around to doing some maintenance on that thing. But we get something kind of planned for next month. We gotta kind of cross the T's and dot the I's and figure something out for next month. But as it is now, same old Teespring as always. Get your Main Event Podcasts hoodies for the cold fall nights, campfires. They make a good little
maybe
warm
just
bundle
for your ride to work in the morning when it's chilly out.
It's true. This morning was very chilly. Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously still get t-shirts, all that jazz. So we got that going on. We got the hotline going on. If you guys want to drop us a line, a text, whatnot, let us know what you think of the show or ask us a question. The number 929-260-3099. Cut a badass promo, voicemail style. We'll play it on the air. We'll do that. Do it. It'd be fun. Let's see. Strong Style brand. If you guys are into indie wrestling inspired apparel, go to strongstylebrand.com/main event pod. That's very important. You need to have that /main event pod at the end. That's how the fine folks over at Strong Style Brand will know that you've gone through us and using our link.
I am wearing a Strong Style t-shirt as we speak.
Fantastic. I've got some stuff on the way, actually. And if you guys want to save 10% on your order, use code MAINEVENTPOD at checkout. Of course, if you're listening to the show or fans of the show, the Maine is with an E, like in the state of Maine. So Main Event Pod at checkout, get 10% off. And it's great, man. They've got awesome t-shirts. They get some hats. Everything is back in stock now. They got hats, they got shirts, they got shoes, shorts, all kinds of fun stuff. So get your Strong Style Brand stuff there. That's about it, man. Let's dive into this show. How you feeling about that? You want to dive in?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Before you and I dive into our picks, I would like to read a few of the listener picks, and we can discuss because we had some interesting picks, some funny picks, and some like pretty legit thought out picks from our listeners. So first, let's see who do we got here. Mr. Nick82 on Instagram. My buddy Nick. Hi, Nick. He picks Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, The Rock, Macho Man, and Andre the Giant. Man, just like an all-star 80s, 90s crew there. Yeah, I dig it.
There's a couple of very immobile guys on that team.
Yeah. Andre the Giant would take a lot to feed. Yeah, and
Hogan was also very big, and those guys are all huge. They'll take a mat. The Rock eats like 9 meals a day.
The Rock, if you could find enough cod for The Rock in a zombie apocalypse, that you are in good shape. But chances are you're not going to find enough cod for The Rock to eat. But yeah, man, it'd be good for a while for intimidation factor, I guess. Wow, those are 5 huge dudes. Let's not mess with them. Moving on, we get let's see. What is a Skelta Queen on Instagram? She says Macy Estrella, and she kind of puts reasoning in parentheses here. So Estrella for military police background, China for intimidating strength and stature to fend off aggressive, uninfected locals. Nicely done. AJ Lee, she's small. She has small stature, great for navigating in crawl spaces, and superior speed due to her size. Nicely done. Eddie Guerrero, the lie, cheat, steal mentality would be useful for planning and strategy. And Bailey for morale. I like those picks.
That's a very well thought out team.
Very well thought out team. Excellent job. Our good buddy Jacob Foreman on Twitter, he's got a good one here. He says Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee, Kairi Sane, Sarah Logan, and Becky Lynch. We see what you're doing, Jacob. We see what you're doing.
I approve.
You approve. He's going to surround himself with the ladies. If you're going to go out.
Get some very small ladies on the team. They're good for getting into tight places, good for getting in and out, good for scavenging.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's the route he was thinking, but but sure. Nicely done.
Plucky and tough.
Yeah.
Sarah Logan, she's backwoods, Of
course, she'd survive anything. Be great. Nicely done, Jacob. And then we get kind of our boys here. Some people texted me personally their picks. Our good buddy Boosh kind of is along the same mentality here. He says the Bellas, AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Trish Stratus. And when I questioned him about it, he said, "Hey, man, if the world's going to end." I was like, well, nicely done, Boosh. Very nicely done.
Some good genes there. Very good genes.
Yes. Nicely done. Dustin Sun, he says, I'd pick Strowman, Reigns, Steve Blackman, Nails, and the Authors of Pain.
There's a lot of beef.
That is
a lot of beef.
Nails is a wild card there. I don't know about Nails. That's the only one I really question there.
Let's go with a shank. Yeah,
that's true. Wow, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Some irregular.
You couldn't kill enough, buffalo to feed that team.
No way. Gregulator says Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles, Strowman, and Matt Morgan. And I believe his mentality behind this was he's got 2 hunters in Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. He has a guy who's in really good shape of AJ Styles, and then just 2 monsters who could protect everybody in Strowman and Matt Morgan. So yeah, very nicely done. Dan Jensen out on Twitter at SFC Jensen. Give him a follow. He's an awesome dude. He says Braun Strowman ×5.
Again, couldn't feed them all.
Again, so much food.
They'd start out at being, 5 guys who are 6'10", 400 pounds, and they'd end up being guys who are 6'10" and 200 emaciated pounds.
yeah, I know. Jamie Shaw, the sign guy, Limitless shows. Jamie says Undertaker during the Attitude Era, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Morrison, Dean Ambrose, and John Cena because they can't see him. Wah, wah, wah. Nicely done.
I think the zombies would hear you coming with that, all the time,
Yeah. Nice.
It's John Cena.
Yeah. The zombie call. And then last one, Erica Koch. She says the Big Red Machine, Kane. She just gives 1. The Big Red Machine, Kane. Yeah. I think Kane would be a very great pick.
Give him that hook on a chain from See No Evil 2 and just let him go. Just swing that thing around.
Yeah. So everybody, thank you guys for sending in your picks, whichever social media platform you decided on. We appreciate it. We love the interaction. We like reading your picks on air. So thanks, guys. And now let's get into our picks. Harmon, do you want the honors? You want to go first?
I have a bigger list than you, I think. So I'm going to let you go first because you have a limited number of picks here.
I do, yeah. All right.
I have already made myself like teams of 5 based on like what I think would go well together. So
yeah.
I've already got like 4 teams made.
Perfect.
So you go ahead.
Okay. I was thinking about that too. Like
the same people as you, by the way.
Yeah. I was thinking about that too. Like what teams would do well. Like I was trying to like pick together like a team, like similar to like a Survivor Series team almost, like who would work well together, who, I was trying to put together like a team of hunters, but let's see. If I had to pick some guys and gals to survive the zombie apocalypse with, my first pick, I think, would be, as much as I like really debated about this guy back and forth, I was like, would this guy fit? Would he wouldn't fit? I don't know. I'm going to say Brock Lesnar.
He was going to be my number 1 pick.
Was he? Yeah.
Yep. Very good choice, Johnny.
I debated between him and Strowman, but the deciding factor with Lesnar is that he is like his real life hobbies. Like he's a hunter. He knows how to like hunt and kill things, and then he's like a real life fighter. Like he could actually beat the shit out of people like in real life. He knows, he like knows how to hand-to-hand combat. He knows things. He knows moves. He knows what to do in a real life fight situation. As far as like, not to say that any of these guys don't, but it's it's different. It's different. And then he's a monster dude. I think that when the bullets run out, I think size will matter. And I think Brock Lesnar is a huge, intimidating dude that could get a point across. And then if it didn't get across, he would have the strength and the know-how to back it up and make an example out of somebody. And then also, he, like I said, he's a hunter. Did you ever see that picture of him like carrying a deer just like out of the woods, like on his back? Like,
It wasn't no like whitetail either. It was like
No,
mule deer or an elk or something. It was huge.
right. But to him, it looked like a baby deer, like on his back, because he's just huge. But yeah, it was like a 200-pound deer. It was crazy. It was nuts. So yeah, Brock Lesnar, my first pick. I will swing it over to you, buddy.
I am going to go in a little different direction. I'm going to pick the leader of my group, and he's couldn't be more different than Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
This man can lead people. He has a soft spot for the environment and has learned how to live away from the grid a little bit. It's Daniel Bryan.
Oh, nicely done. I didn't even have him on my list. Very good. Yeah.
He's small. He's quick. He kind of serves two roles there. He can be a good scavenger. He can get in and out of situations. And not a very big guy, but he's, he likes to, poop in composting toilets and grow his own vegetables and
That's true.
build huts out of mud. And
yeah. And again, a very well knowledge, like legit, like grappler. Like he could choke a dude out.
He could choke a dude out.
He choked a dude out that was breaking into his house one time. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that story.
Yeah, that dude like broke into his house and he chased him down, tackled him, and then put him in a rear naked choke until the cops got there. Amazing. Yeah, so Daniel Bryan knows what he's doing. That's a great pick. Yeah, and he would serve as like, he's a smart, intelligent, humble guy. He doesn't get like hot-tempered very often. He could keep his emotions in check and pull the group together. Great pick, Harmon. Really great pick. Let's see. Back over to me. I will pick. This is going to be. Let's see. I'm going to say Mick Foley because, he's definitely not the fastest guy out there. He's definitely he's going to be a little bit of a I don't know. He might get eaten early, but we'll protect him. Lesnar will protect him. He's a little bit of a liability, I guess, is what I'm looking for in the escape. We're not going to send him on any like runs to like get supplies or anything. We're going to kind of keep him in the camp. But
lots of weapons experience.
That's what I'm thinking. Lots of weapons experience. He can, if he needs to get out his baseball bat, wrap it with some barbed wire, and go to town, he will. He's a guy that I think has kind of seen it all. He's not going to be like shocked by the environment. He's a guy that's, been at the bottom of a pile of chairs just being continually thrown on him. He's not going to get like flustered in a pile of zombies. He's going to be able to fight his way out. And that's just like the dirty, gritty side of Mick Foley. The other softer side is that he's intelligent, well-spoken. He's funny. He could keep morale kind of up in the group. A smart dude, he could figure out strategy and plans and figure out how to.
You've won me over. When you first said Mick Foley, I thought that is a horrible pick.
Yeah, right. But yeah, he's a guy.
You've talked me into it. Yeah,
he's definitely a guy though. Like you'd want to keep inside the camp, in case. But unless the camp gets invaded, then he's gonna like fight. But we're not gonna like send him out on any like supply run or anything. We're gonna save that for a younger, quicker, more in shape guy. So, but yeah, Mick Foley, my second pick. Who you got?
I've got. Oh boy, this is tough now. I'm trying to think who would go well with Daniel Bryan. I'm going to go with the guy who trained Daniel Bryan and is, such a big hunter now that he's got his own TV show, is Shawn Michaels.
Excellent pick. He's on my list.
He also brings in the religious aspect of it. He'll be able to offer guidance and
Yeah, I mean, I'm not into that Jesus bullshit, but I think positive vibes, good, faith, at least, like, keeping people together.
Yeah, and he's still in phenomenal shape, and he could probably, snipe out zombies from, 300 yards away.
That's right. And you know what else is cool about HBK is that he's sneaky. I can picture.
Yeah.
I can picture him like, hey, coming to a deal with like some rival camp leader. And then just like sweet chin music, that guy's face off when he's not looking, So I love that.
I think he'd be a good second in command with Daniel Bryan leading.
I think so too. That would be very cool. He'd be like, He'd still be like Daniel Bryan's like mentor though. Like Daniel Bryan would like confide in him, like, "Hey, did I make the right decision by pooping in that hut over there?"
And Shawn Michaels would say, "Yes,
Yes, you did, my son.
Downwind from us."
Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's a good pick, man. HBK, I like it. I am going to pick a guy who knows HBK very well. I am going to say Triple H. I think Triple H has become, over the years, a mastermind at putting groups together. Evolution, DX. He's got a nose for talent. Said groups, guys in those factions have kind of gone on to bigger and better things and broken off. I think that he's a guy that could, find other survivors and see their worth and put them in the right spots. And then, you bring in like his, the great job that he's doing in NXT. He's a guy that just knows talent and knows how to, configure and strategize things. So, and on top of all that, on top of his wit, he's still like in great shape, and he's a beast, and he's got that giant nose that can just be intimidating. And he's a guy that could get in the face of another leader and of like a rival camp and just be like, "Yo, like we're gonna destroy you tomorrow," on the battlefield. So yeah, Triple H, I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
My next guy is going to kind of go along with your Mick Foley. Texas guy, super tough, like cowboy. Terry Funk.
Oh, nice.
Like Roadhouse Funk, like mean, and
he was in Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was like big and mean, but definitely tough guy, can handle being on the outdoors. Could handle horses, what was the story once, he told Vince he had to go home because his favorite horse was dying or something like that. And
oh, I don't know. I've never heard that. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's funny.
Crazy, tough, good with weapons. He'd be a great guy to have on any team.
Yeah. Chainsaw Charlie, he could cut down cut down some forestry and just build huts and build houses and build walls and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. No, I like that pick, man. That guy will never go away either. That guy's retired 100 times and he's still wrestling.
He doesn't know how to quit.
No, never. Very good pick. I like that. Let's see my fourth pick here. I'm going to pick. This is kind of off the beaten path a little bit. I don't think anybody's really thought of this. Maybe you did. I don't know. We have similar thinking styles, but I'm going to say Eric Young, because he's crazy. He's a guy who you could send a message to another camp of survivors. Like we've got this Eric Young guy, and he talks really raspy, and he's fucking nuts. He's a leader of this group called Sanity. Have you ever heard of it? He's crazy.
He's nuts.
Yeah, and he's intimidating. Not as a big guy, but he's just intimidating because he's just a lunatic. And he would be our guy that we would just unleash on a horde of zombies or another rival camp. And also kind of out of character, Eric Young in real life is this apparently this amazing extreme fisherman. He hosted this off the hook extreme catches
I remember
show.
Watching that a little bit and thinking,
yeah,
does this guy wrestle?
He so his show was on Animal Planet, I think, a while back, and so he knows he could get us food. He's a fisherman. He could figure something. He could, if we did have The Rock on our team, maybe he could catch enough cod for The Rock.
Yeah, right.
But Eric Young, I think, would be a good pick. I know I didn't really think about him at first, but then I was like, man, didn't he have something going on wilderness, something on the Animal Planet? And I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, holy shit, I remember that. So yeah, I like that. And again, if it comes down to like leadership, I mean, he leads Sanity, even though they're all crazy. He does have a little bit of leadership experience there, so he could lead the group if Triple H is away or if anything ever happened to him, if he got infected. So, Eric Young. Yeah. Over to you, buddy.
All right, my next guy, he would be instrumental in negotiations, not for his words so much, but for his just stoic scariness. Like if Daniel Bryan is saying, well, on the other hand, you could deal with my friend Haku.
Oh, great pick.
People are going to go, no, your plan sounds fine.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Toughest guy in the biz right there.
Right. Yeah, I think he'd take direction well, and he would just be a workhorse, just anything you need to do. You want to hand him a sword and have him slash through zombies? He'll do it. You want to give him, a frying pan and have him smash through zombies? He'd do it. So
yeah. Or just build stuff. Hey, move that tree. Okay. Hey, kick that tree down. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, Haku. Wow. Like legit, like well known.
Just
like,
super tough,
Super tough. Nobody fucked with Haku. Oh
man.
My God.
I'm just thinking like Terry Funk and Haku, like you wouldn't want to mess with those two ever. Like ever.
No. Better bring like 100 men to take out those two guys. That Tongan death grip. Oh my God. You just see him just like ripping jaws off of zombies, like punching jaws off of zombies. He's the best. I love Haku. So good. Let's see.
The jaw off, they can't bite you.
That's true. That's right. Michonne taught us that. Are you current on Walking Dead at all?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I stopped watching like last season, I think. Right after, spoiler alert, not really, but right after Glenn ate it. I was like, and then I just hadn't really picked it back up. So
that's like a whole season behind, John.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't really get into last season at all. Well, yeah, oh well. I don't know. I might get back into it someday. But yeah, I like that show. It started out really well. Good show. But then it just got a little crazy, like a little unbelievable. You ever notice how like clean those guys are?
Yeah.
So, come on, guys.
Like I find the show hard to keep up with at times. It's just like, come on.
Yeah. And they're all like
when they spend a whole episode on a guy from the other camp, it really bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even care about this guy.
Oh, I just feel like the characters change so much. Like Carol always goes like she's just so bitchy, and then like she just kind of flip flops. I don't know. It's just weird. I lost a lot of interest after that season, whatever season I watched, and like the only reason I watched that first episode was just to see who got the eeny meeny miny mo. Like that was all I wanted to see. It was like who gets it, and then Abe and Glenn, and then I was like, oh, damn it. And then I couldn't get back into it. But how crazy was that?
In our living room, we have a McFarlane replica of Lucille on top of Abe and Glenn pop vinyls.
Aw, nice little memorial.
They're supporting Lucille.
Ah, nice. I'm blown away at like what they're allowed to show on TV. like that scene alone was crazy. I was like, holy shit. Like this is like Glenn's brains like hanging off of Lucille.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
gross.
I was like, this is TV, right? Like this is just like, this isn't a rated R movie. This is just, you can just watch this on TV. Okay. But whatever.
Who's your last pick? Who's your leader of your team so far? Is it Triple H?
It's Triple H. Yeah, it's Triple H. Yeah. The leader of DX, the leader of Evolution.
Triple H, Mick Foley, Eric Young, Brock Lesnar.
That's who I have. And
you've got Hunter Gatherer down. You've got smart and has a hammer in Triple H.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think of the hammer. That's great. He'd be knocking heads off with that sledgehammer. Holy shit.
He swings it weird though. It's gonna be hard to hit a zombie with your hand over the end of the hammer every time.
Yes, I know. Yeah, but if you
actually swung the hammer,
yeah, and anytime he does, it's like so dramatic that the guy has plenty of time to like get out of the way. So good. Yeah, wow. He's gonna be knocking skulls off.
He's gonna have a barbed wire bat.
Yep. And Lesnar, I don't know, what could Lesnar use for a weapon? Like he would just
if he doesn't have a battle axe, he needs to have a sword that matches the one on his chest.
Yeah. And doesn't he, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't he do a lot of bow hunting? I'm assuming he does bow hunting.
He does bow hunting, muzzle loader hunting, hunt with a stick hunting.
And he then he just like creeps up on deer and snaps their neck like with his bare hands.
He creeps up on deer at 6'3", 290 pounds. So
that's how good he is. All right. My final pick is a lady. And I'm gonna go
lady for my final pick.
You're gonna go lady for your final pick, yeah. Maybe. Oh, I think it sets the balance right. It's I'm gonna go with Asuka, the silent killer, man. She never says anything. She just comes out and she kicks ass. She would be a good like runner, a good supply. Like she can go out on runs and she's like sneaky and just a badass, like a crazy hand-to-hand combat. She's just kicking the shit out of zombies.
I'm a little surprised here. 3 out of your 5 I didn't even have on my list.
Oh, really? Nice. Good. Yeah. Good. And again with Asuka, there's a total intimidation factor too. Like, that stare, man, that little like smirk smile, and that stare, and the little like lip bite. I mean, that scares the shit out of me. She's really intimidating. So
like Eric Young's gonna like try to lick her. He's like, Right. You're giving that little stare, like you can try.
Yeah, but like if we ever run into like a an opposing, group or something, like
like you could throw her out there and be like, if you can defeat her, and they'll be like, oh, this will be easy. And then the guy gets his ass handed to him, like Achilles beating an entire army by himself.
Right. And then they send like the first guy goes down and then they're like, oh, they send like 10 guys and then she just kicks the shit out of everybody. Yeah. Like I have a good feeling that like my camp would have Asuka, and that would be superior over any other groups like female. Like if you think that your female in your group is like a badass, nope. I have Asuka in my camp. Like she'll kill you. Asuka's gonna kill you. That kind of a thing. So yeah, that's my team.
My last guy, he's a bit of a wild card. He brings to the table some amazing skills. Military trained, has worked for the government, knows a lot about horticulture, and I mean he's fought beside the greatest action star of our time in Arnold Schwarzenegger is Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh wow, nice.
Military trained. He was a frogman, which was like the precursor to the SEALs. He's been in government. He may know some secret installations that we don't know about.
It's true.
He knows a lot about horticulture and the effects of certain green plants and their possible uses. And he's a bit crazy.
Absolutely.
Also a large man, very robust. And with the military training, he may have a locker full of weapons.
That's true. It's true. One of my favorite Jesse the Body Ventura moments is in the movie Predator, when he just
got time to bleed.
Yes. And then his buddy gets killed, and then he just like picks up his buddy's what, I don't know, guns, whatever kind of gun that is, and it's just like fucking rapid fire, just shooting blindly into the fucking bushes.
He mows down an entire section of forest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Body, man. That's a great pick. Great pick. He might kind of smash heads with a little with his
Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he definitely But that's where Haku comes in. Haku just stares at him and he shuts up.
Yeah. I could see him like being a little like insubordinate to DB there and thinking that he's just so much smarter and trying to press his will on him, and DB just being like, look, man, Haku's gonna kick your face off in a second. Chill. Wow, no ladies on your team, huh?
No,
Wow.
Sorry.
All right. Did you have any honorable mentions? Anybody that
Are you kidding? I could honorably mention a whole team.
All right. Well, I will give you my honorable mentions since you have more than me. My honorable mentions were Strowman, just because of his size and strength. He's
Country boy too.
a country boy. Yeah, he's a guy that I would be like, hey, we need like this field plowed like by hand, and you're the guy. Like, go for it. So hey, this log over here needs to be like thrown over your shoulder and moved 100 yards that way. Strowman, you're our guy. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. We're building stuff. You need to like pull this rope and pick up this wall. Also, I had Eddie Guerrero because of his charisma and his charm. I feel like he could talk to ally camps and wheel and deal and trade supplies and stuff. I just think he's like a charming guy, and he might be able to get us get us a better deal on some stuff and like cheat his way into like getting some extra stuff. And also like a guy who is like in ridiculous shape and can run and jump on, he's going to scale a building to get away from a horde of zombies. And yeah. And who else? Oh, I had Morrison too, because of parkour. It would like kind of
Parkour.
yeah, hardcore parkour. He would he'd run around, and he'd be a good runner, a good supply guy. You'd send him into like unknown territory, and you'd feel confident that he'd find his way back with again, he's a guy who would scale a building, like jump over trash cans, and he'd get away from a horde pretty fast. So that's it. And I also had HBK, but you took him. So who else you got for me?
Like if I was gonna make another team, I would go Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh yes.
Definite, military background.
Sure.
Got some sweet weapons.
Sure.
Xavier Woods.
Okay. Interesting.
PhD, super smart, knows psychology. He's got a PhD in psychology. He could figure out the other camps.
Nice.
Alexa Bliss, for the reasons we mentioned earlier. She's small, athletic. She could get in and out of places. She could also be used for deception.
Yes, very nice.
Who else did I have on this team? Luke Harper.
Good pick.
Like, in his real life, he has like chickens and goats and stuff. So
very cool.
He's a redneck. So rednecks are always handy to have.
Absolutely.
And Dean Ambrose.
Just crazy, right?
Crazy, but also crazy like a fox, and could just he just go crazy. I mean,
yeah. Well, he's like conniving too. He's like conniving. He can get
like that red wagon he brought down to the ring during his like Lesnar match, with like full of stuff. He'd be like, "All right, guys, ready to go."
Yeah, right, yeah. But he's like sneaky too. He's like a sneaky, conniving guy that could he could get things easily, I think, than other people. He's not a nice guy. He could figure out ways to get things. So yeah. I like that.
I had other people that I had down as crazy too, like New Jack.
Yeah, New Jack. Jesus.
I had other tough guys down, like Arn Anderson and Harley Race, and Stone Cold was also a hunter. And then
that's true. Yep.
Tatanka. I mean, he's Native American, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, right. God, that guy. He'd be.
And Tori Wilson. And you can just guess what her purpose would be.
Yes.
Negotiating.
Yeah, negotiation. That's what it would be.
Super good at negotiating.
Showing a little leg and little cleave and swaying. But
also super fit. Like she could keep up and carry her own weight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going with there.
Yeah.
Tori Wilson.
She smells like coconuts.
That's the best reason right there. Smells like coconuts. Yep. No, that's cool, man. Yeah, I like it. Great picks. I was thinking too of like who if we could like put together like a team of hunters, it would be like Stone Cold, HBK, Brock, Skinner, Leo Kruger. Like just
Oh yeah.
those guys. That would
Zeb.
be Zeb. Yeah. Like all they would do is just like hunt and gather and like they would be fine. That would be cool. That'd be a badass team. Wouldn't want to come across them.
Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim. Yep. Wow. Yeah. Cool, man. That is pretty much it. That's our list. That was good. That was
So
fun.
your final team was Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Triple H, Mick Foley, Eric Young, and Asuka.
Yep.
My final team was Shawn Michaels, Terry Funk, Haku, Daniel Bryan, and Jesse Ventura.
There you go. You guys are gonna be like, did you ever see that episode of Family Guy where like they all get stuck on a desert island and then like they try to just have sex with each other and they just like lay on top of each other because they're all just a bunch of
Don't
dudes.
they end up like becoming like part of each other? Or was that a different episode?
I think it was a different episode.
That was like I'm thinking of like the nuclear holocaust one where like
Yeah. Well, they all like
Peter.
yeah, right. That's gonna be your team though. Like they're gonna like eventually just want to have sex, and then they're just gonna have to like have sex with each other, and they're just gonna lay on top of each other. Like, not do it. And then like I think in that episode of Family Guy, like the like a cruise line like goes by, and the guy goes, and to your left you'll see a group of homosexuals. They're just laying there like, well, anybody feel anything yet? Nope. Whoever's toe that is, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but yeah, this isn't working for me.
Wasn't that the episode where like Lois is like, ew, you're half fish, half man? And he's like,
I don't know.
He's like, it's like fish on top, man on the bottom. He's like, yeah, well, how you gonna do it the other way? And she's like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that cutaway. Yeah, I think she they assume that they're all dead, and she like hooks up with Brian. I think like or marries Brian or something, but they never have sex. They sleep in separate beds. So very funny. Cool, man. Good times. I hope that the zombie apocalypse never happens, but if it does, I'll probably seek out Triple H and Mick Foley and Asuka and Eric Young and Brock Lesnar. So,
got a secret place in the mountains, you know.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's see. Let's get out of here. Quick episode tonight, but it should be fun. We got a poll out on Twitter right now. If you guys want to vote on the poll, we're on Twitter at Main Event Pod. And the poll is to decide our next movie review for Critic Week. You guys can choose between They Live, starring Roddy Piper, Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies, which we just learned stars. Well, I don't know if it stars, but if it has in it our buddy Jock Sampson. Holy shit, I didn't even know that. He tweeted us as, hey, I'm in that movie. It's terrible. So
we're like, you want to watch it again? He's like, I don't even know if I could.
I can't watch that. So
I've never seen it, so I'd watch it.
I've never seen it either. So I can't wait to see that if that gets picked. And then what else? See No Evil, starring Kane, and Monster Brawl, starring, I think, like Jimmy Hart's in it. I think Kevin Nash, maybe. It's like I don't know, like a tournament or matches between, famous monsters, Dracula, Swamp Thing or something, and Frankenstein, and I don't know. It looks like pure shit. So, I think Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies and Monster Brawl are pretty terrible.
I think I started watching Monster Brawl once, and I was just like, I can't watch this.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know if I've ever seen See No Evil. I know of it, obviously.
I've seen it, yeah.
with Kane.
I've seen it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I think it's like decent, right? It's not like terrible. It's not like
No,
a piece.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not like a piece of shit. And then obviously, like They Live is like like pretty awesome, actually. Roddy Piper, it's like kind of a classic. It's got the chewing bubblegum famous line in there. So it's I'm looking forward to that one. It's been like a long time since I've seen that movie. I think since I was like a kid, since I've actually watched it like from beginning to end. So yeah, go to our Twitter at Main Event Pod. There is a poll up there, and just vote. To see which one we will review next week, and maybe we'll have a special guest with us. Maybe we won't. We'll figure that out. Who's going to come on the show? And anything else, Harmon? From you? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Just waiting for November, really.
Waiting for November. Yeah. We get some stuff going on in November. We can talk about that. And we get the Limitless show coming up. We get Pro Wrestling Takeover show coming up that month. WWE is coming to Portland in December. Thinking about going to that show.
I'm thinking about it. I had tickets to the last time they came.
Yeah.
No, I guess it was early this year. But my cat died.
Yeah. Right. So
it owes me. The cat does.
The cat, right? You should send a letter to WWE and explain the situation. Maybe they hook you up with some free tickets.
I'll just appeal to Natalia. Be like, Natalia, I was going to come last time, but my poor cat was sick, and I had to take it to the emergency room. It ended up passing away. So if I could get some free tickets to the show to make up for the $180 I lost by not going to the last show.
Right. If I could get front row tickets, that would be great, Natalia. She's probably going to be there, to be honest with you. I think it's a SmackDown show. So, yeah. You know what? It's not a crazy idea.
Which means the best friends in wrestling should be there. Sami Zayn.
Obviously.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, my God. I can't wait to dive into this stuff during our month in review. But, yeah, pretty cool. I'm loving it right now. Loving it.
I wasn't crying.
Bullshit. She texted me and she said that you were watching Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens hug over and over and over again, and you were crying. She said,
"Okay, it was a GIF."
Right. You just kept watching it, loop. And she said that you were
wasn't crying. I was happy. Crying. I was so happy. I was not crying.
Well,
my cable
I don't know, man.
Just at the moment that Kevin Owens came on TV. Well, I don't have cable. My internet went out. Just as KO got on TV, and I was so pissed.
Yeah.
Had something in my eye, John. My internet went out.
Okay, I'm going to read the text that she sent me. She said, John, because she calls you John, which is fine, I guess. But she says, John is legit crying as he watches Sami and Kevin hug.
She was obviously exaggerating.
Wait a minute. Let me finish. She says, watches Sami and Kevin hug, ... over and over and over and over again. That's the text verbatim. That's what she says.
Everything in that text is true except for the crying part. Well, I wasn't crying.
I don't know. Sounds like you. I'm just kidding.
So thanks.
Yeah. Dude, I love the Sami Kevin stuff right now. Love it. Fantastic. I can't wait to see where they go with it here. I mean, we'll dive more into it, but this is a quick show, so we can talk quickly about it. I guess my prediction, I'm calling it first here. My prediction is this is a long con from Sami Zayn to elevate him to the main event status. There's a long con by Sami. He will turn on Kevin Owens in a year. They'll be together, they'll work together, they'll probably capture
tag champions.
Yeah. Tag champs. Yep. And they might get a separate singles runs, who knows, whatever, but they will break up in a year, and it'll be because of Sami Zayn turning his back on Kevin Owens. And I don't know which way they would go with it, if they would try to make Kevin Owens be vulnerable and maybe turn him face and go with Sami as full heel and do a little switcheroo. But I don't know. I'm so into that feud. So into it. Yeah, very much so.
I like Sami Zayn as like the heel that doesn't know he's a heel yet.
Yeah.
He's like, no, this was the right thing to do. You know, it's
Right.
like self-righteous heel. It's like awesome.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Yep. Love it. So cool, man. Hey, where can people find you on the Twitter?
At Harmon316.
There it is. BBH. Yeah, at Harmon316. I'm at Johnny Fashion. If you guys want to follow us there, that would be awesome. You guys can follow the show's Twitter at Main Event Pod. We are on Instagram at Main Event Pod. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/Main Event Pod. We have a Teespring store. You guys can check that out. It's on. It's kind of pinned to the top of our Twitter and Facebook. We got the hotline 929-260-3099. Give us a call, leave us a voicemail, send us a text, whatever you want.
Speaking of crying,
what's up?
you know who was crying last week because we didn't mention him on the show?
Oh
Was
boy.
the Back Row Mafia, and Alex
Oh,
was
boy.
like, "Oh, I remember when I used to listen to hear my name on here." Well, there you go. There's your plug, you big bitch.
Ding. Yeah, Back Row Mafia, we love you guys. We look forward to seeing you guys at the Limitless show in the back row. Maybe I'll hang out with you guys for 2 matches instead of 1 match last time. But I don't know. Last time I did, Alex wasn't around. So, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was funny, though, the other day. He commented on the announcement of All Good Anthony Green versus JT Dunn, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know who I'm going to cheer for in this match." It's like, well, you're obviously going to boo and give the thumbs down to JT Dunn because you do that every JT Dunn match, Alex, except for when you're kissing his ass over by the
Even
Strong
though that
Style
song smells
merch
like
table.
bum.
Yep, unbelievable. We love you, Alex. We roast the ones that we love. We roast the ones we love, buddy. We will see you boys soon.
I'm gonna go make a collage of Jacob's team that he made.
Nice. We should do that. That's a great. We should make a collage and send it to Jacob because that's a fantastic team. Big shout out. Good job. Quick shout out here to Follow the Fox. They did the intro and outro music for us. It's a big rotation. We kind of they did like 4 of them for us. We kind of use them in and out on a rotation, and they're amazing. Sarah and Dylan, they're great. They're based in Denver, Colorado. Sarah is a childhood friend of ours, and we kind of all grew up together, and so she did us a solid, did the intro and outro music for us, and I highly recommend that you guys follow them on social media. They are on Facebook, facebook.com/follow the Fox Band. And then you can go to their website, followthefoxband.com. And if you are, ever find yourself out in Denver, Colorado, look them up. Go see a show that they're playing. They're playing all the time, every weekend. Check them out. They're great. Cool bluegrass music, and they're the best. And they're like sweethearts of people too. They're just super nice.
If you're ever friends with somebody for 30 years and they start dating somebody who won a Grammy, maybe they'll do your intro too.
An Emmy. Yeah. What's a Grammy? A Grammy is
Grammys for music. Oh yeah, it was Emmys for Emmys for like TV and stuff.
Yeah. That's what he was. He's an Emmy Award winner. Is Dylan McCarthy, and they both. And also, I want to give a plug to both of them, kind of individually too. They both have their like own separate music things too. So Dylan does his own solo stuff. Sarah does her solo stuff. So follow them there too. Like if you guys ever want to branch out and just expand your bluegrass music knowledge and interests, go check those guys out. They're the best. So and tell them the Main Event Podcast sent ya.
Yeah, like I said, only been listening to Sarah sing for like 30 years.
Right.
Still good. Still so good.
All right. Well, hey man. Hey, thanks for having some fun with me and talking about zombies.
I love zombies.
Me too. I love zombies. I wish for like a short time like I could just do that. Just go bust zombies. Weapon of choice. What would be your weapon of choice, by the way? Since we're asking each other questions about zombies.
Springfield XDS 45.
Yeah. All right. I don't know shit about guns. I think I would take a blunt object, maybe a baseball bat, maybe my sawed off baseball bat that I had in my trunk of my car for high school years that I almost got in trouble for. Something like that. I don't know. Old Woody. Hey, Woody, have this? Remember the time we got pulled over and we were getting that cop was like, "Why do you have this?" I was like, "Well, I play baseball. It's baseball season. I use it for one-handed drills." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes. My dad's a hard ass." Like, yes, he made this for me. Like, I'm not like busting, telephone booths or something with us. Telephone booths, kids, were something that
they were square boxes.
Yeah.
That payphone, you had to put money in it.
Yeah.
The closest thing, watch Doctor Who. That's a telephone booth.
It was like that. We're so damn old.
Watch Anchorman. He's in a glass case of emotion. It's a telephone booth.
Yeah, there you go, kids. A little lesson for you. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here, man. Thanks again for joining me, buddy. And listeners at home, thanks for listening. We will catch you later.
Bye.
We're gonna talk about wrestling.